What you got?
Yes, it's kind of low for water to get in.
Yeah, bass boat with a big motor.
Not too big.
Nah, never such a thing as too big of a motor.
Until you get water up in the eye.
In the what? In the what?
That'll be nice.
Yeah, you better. We're in Fairfield Beach. I don't know if you can see it or not, huh? A lot of oily stuff on this here. That sheen stuff going on. New dock, pier, whatever you call it, yeah. This thing rocking a little bit here, ain't it? Water appears to be full pool finally. Whoa. Further out you get, the more you feel this.
I noticed.
Pull a header here.
Yeah, I had to stop.
The problem with falling in here is you'd hit your head. It is not deep. And there you go. Big accident. 2 boating accidents. Yesterday or day before. In the MLF, Major League Fishing, 3 guys were killed. And another one on another lake in one of the Carolinas. But we're here at Fairfield Beach. Up there is Buckeye Lake, and just around that point on the other side is the public boat dock. Or is that it right over there? I think that's it. Get my finger right, straight across there. Yeah. We'll be around there in a little bit. But yeah, we're checking out one of 3 public access points here at Buckeye Lake. Fairfield Beach, Millersport or Leaves Island, and Buckeye Lake over there. Let's walk, dear. Ready? She's found sand, an actual beach.
Yeah.
This could be the famous Fairfield Beach.
It probably is.
That's what it's named after.
Wow.
Now I've got my bearings. I see a lighthouse over there. Straight across is the main boat ramp there. Or right down there, rather. So. That's not a spillway. That's just, I'd say, where the town's storm gutters, storm drains run into. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is storm drains run in here. Yeah.
Looks like it's sitting still.
And it's probably snagged on a rock. Finally getting to where we might be able to fish. Weather's calming down. It was so windy this week. You couldn't cast. Terribly windy week. So we've had these weather fronts moving in, cold air, warm air, then cold air. We've had frost and freeze warnings overnights the last 3 nights. So what that water did warm up, it's cooled off again. So, well, here's Fairfield Beach. You know, in late 2018, we made a bid on a place here in this town. Early 2019, it didn't go through. Otherwise, you know, this would have been the home digs if that bid would have went through, you know. That's
Looks like little shrub trees in here. Over there too.
But there is a little boat traffic out here. Way down that way is Millersport, Leaves Island. Buckeye Lake main boat ramp straight across. See the The lighthouse on the house over there,
Yeah.
just to the right of it, that between the house, that's the main boat
Oh,
ramp.
okay. Right.
And,
Okay, gotcha.
and way down that way is the Thornville end.
Gotcha.
We're about halfway on the lake, halfway in the middle. And I got to tell you, this is the calmest I've seen this lake since we've been up here.
Right. That's why I'm thinking this is a good end of it.
This is the absolute calmest. Little waves lapping up on the beach there. We're going to put some lines in this water right here.
Mm.
And around this point. I smell somebody's campfire. Wood smoke. There's restrooms over there. So.
Huh.
But there's 3 public access areas on this lake. The main boat ramp, Millersport, and here at Fairfield Beach. And we finally found our way down to the water here today. It's like a good spot to wet lines.
It is.
We'll be back. We are in Millersport. This is the west end of Buckeye Lake. And I've confirmed with the game wardens that this is all public access on this side. The other side over there is private property. But down this side of the canal is public. And we wanted to make sure that these weren't private. Decks, docks, walkways, whatever. And these are not, they're public access. There's saw guy caught out of here. And we're going to try that.
Other stuff in here too.
Yeah. Got a little ramp over there for going up to the Circle K, get your refreshments and things. Snacks, refreshments, you know, we can't go nowhere without snacks and refreshments. Can we?
Nope.
But we usually take them. But that's navigable to an extent to get up in there. Now, we're not going to bring the boat here.
No, but we can bring our
Because
poles.
we'd have to go for miles to get to this canal in the boat.
There's definitely stuff.
Miles. But yeah, we don't need a boat for this. But anyway, I've talked with the game warden, and this is public access. Saw guy and whatever else. I seen some shiners or something bouncing around here before we got down here.
Did you?
Yeah, there's a little swirl over there. So
What's fishing?
there's stuff moving. Yeah, finally.
I bet there's a bunch of them to that.
I don't know how close we are to full pool yet or not, but we're close, if not there already. Boy, don't you hate not bringing your pole today? Say there's a swirl down there. And several on down through there. So there's things moving.
We'll be back.
It's time to get the big Joshies out and try for some saw guy. But there's a saw guy caught here. So these are just little ones. There's bait fish skipping around there.
Which means there's other fish in here.
Yep. Something's moving them. So we're going to have to take to keeping a pole in the van all the time, ain't we?
Maybe.
If I keep taking you to places like this.
2 swirls back there.
Yep.
Bait fish.
So, are you hopeful here? And
Yes.
look at that. You can run right across there and get your snacks and refreshments. And there's a little cafe up there
There's a hot dog stand down there too.
and a hot dog stand. Boy, this is right downtown, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
We'll be here next week.
Yes.
Tomorrow, we've got a road trip we've got to go tend to, have some business. It's supposed to be 82 degrees tomorrow. Of course it is. We're going to be in the car and gone all day. Well, we have some business to tend to, but there's another channel I watch. He caught saw guy down around that bank. So we'll try for saw guy, and of course anything that bites. Now this is that canal on down through here. Going down to that big blue building down there. But again, I had to confirm that all this side was public. As you can see, there's homes on the other side. That's what made me question. You know, I don't want to trespass. We're not going to trespass if we know about it. And but all this down through here, dear, you got these docks and everything. Parking is going to be an issue here. You're going to have to park somewhere to walk. So, not an issue, but you know, wherever we find to publicly park is, and then walk it. So, anyway, for us to put the boat in and get to this canal is miles. Buckeye Lake Marina here. This is where I come and get parts for my boat motor and old trailer, you know, all of them being vintage. And I come in here and get them. They got a showroom there. Sells new and used boats there. Anyway, I come in here, parts and accessories. Take this, dear, while I turn. And they're closed now, of course. Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff in there. But they always have what I'm looking for, what I need. Kind of a fun thing. I'll go in there and tell, there's an older guy in there, I haven't been in 2 years now. Older guy in there, tell him what you want, or you lay down what you're looking for. Never speaks a word. They don't really make eye contact with you. Look at them old Johnsons there. Never says a word. He'll just walk away. You don't know if he's ignoring you at first or what. He'll just turn around and walk away. You can hear him rooting around back in there in the parts section, in those bins and shelves and everywhere. You hear him rooting around, and he'll come out with what you need for that vintage stuff. I like him. Never spoke a word to me. But everything I've needed, the odd stuff, look at that. There's a barge of some sort, repair barge.
Yeah, they're putting in a new thing. Wall.
Yeah, he's never spoke a word to me. He just turns and walks away. You think, what in the world? And then you can hear him back here, and he'll come out with what you're after. And they always have it for that older stuff. So, a little rolling look here at the canal we're going to hit. So you down for this, dear?
Yep.
All right.
Big squirrel. The duck.
And now we're near the end here where we just walked down and looked at it. There's the access to that boardwalk. So, all right, onward and upward. There's Chinese food, or not Chinese, Mexican burritos and stuff. That little cafe I said. Now Miss Sonia's on a mission here. We got to come up with a stuffed bunny. We can't find one.
No, Walmart had none.
China Mart, no stuffed rabbits. They got some sort of funky plushy things, but no.
They always have bunnies.
No bunnies. And Easter is here, so we need a bunny for Miss Rayleigh.
Yes, we do.
So, all right, we're looking everywhere. So, as you can see, Millersport.
Fishing in here today.
Yeah. We fished over there, and that place was infested with turtles at one time.
Oh yeah.
Turtles.
All kinds of fisher people down here.
And here we are at Millersport, Leib's Island. And having a look.
Oh, there's a duck in the pond.
Yeah, there's people fishing. Some of them leaving down there. I don't see them carrying any fish. Of course, they could be like us.
Hiding in the pond.
Is that a dead duck laying there?
Looks like a goose. Ew.
But anyway, we're full pool.
We are, aren't we?
We've seen it at times overlapping into this wet area here. So, yep, we are full pool finally.
Oh, there's another duck.
Where?
So,
What is it with you and ducks?
they're cute.
Huh?
They're cute.
They're cute. Yeah.
He just got disturbed by that boat.
This is a second of the 3 public access points. And yeah, if we're reconning water levels, and this one I know how to gauge, we're full pool. And again, this is the calmest I've seen this lake. Look at our videos past, you'll see them. Miss Abby and I sat here one day. I was dangling my feet in the water. She was mad because she wasn't tall enough to reach it. Picture of that up here. But she's whispering how quiet it is here. We've never seen it like this unless it's dead of winter, and dead of winter it's not this quiet because the wind is screaming. A little breezy, but there's air moving, but it ain't screaming as usual. Round that corner out there, Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, bought an island. I'll put a sat picture of that up here, and built a big house on it, swimming pool and all the amenities that Dave Thomas deserved. And he did. He deserved them. But anyway, of Wendy's fame, built a big house and everything there. And Dave Thomas passed away, of course. And a McDonald's executive, Dave flew a Wendy's flag on a flagpole there under his American flag. Probably under the state flag too, I don't know. But he had a Wendy's flag flying. So after Dave passed away and the estate and everything getting settled, a McDonald's executive bought that island in his house. And the McDonald's flag has flown there ever since. I said if we put the boat in and went to that canal in Millersport, this is Millersport, we'd have to go miles and miles. Figuratively, we'd have to put in here, go around the point, and way around, way back in there. Yeah, I'm not sure how far it is, but as you can look at that canal, you don't need a boat there. You can cast under the other side and all the way across that thing.
Yep.
So, figuratively, miles and miles. Long trip for nothing because you got all that bank access. So, then we'd have to put in here, around Leaves Island, around back in that general direction, quite a ways. I said we wasn't going to stop at the main ramp, but we did. She's got her phone ready to take some pictures. She likes pictures. Look at her. Look at that look. There it is again. Now, deer, I can't pick it out right away. Yes, I can. Over there is Fairfield Beach, isn't it? I thought it was more that way, but... Or is it down there? Anyway, Fairfield Beach over there across the way. Way down at the far end. Can't see it on GoPro, I'm sure. As far as the eye can see is Millersport, where we just was. So, Fairfield Beach is just across the way there. Not Not sure exactly where the ramp and stuff is. Kind of might be down there in that blank spot. See that look?
I wouldn't eat anything out of this thing.
A lot of oil slick here. There's all these two-stroke motors firing up.
Feel sorry for the ducks.
So,
For the fish.
first time of the year and stuff. Yeah, it's colder. You can feel the cold off the water, the air. You get away from this water, it's nice out. There's more of that sheen everywhere. She has decided she's done here. We need to stop and fill the tank up, check tire pressures and all that, get ready for that journey tomorrow.
Yep.
So, and then go get something to eat.
Yep.
Rest and refresh ourselves.
Yep.
All right, there's the lighthouse I was talking about, I pointed out from across the lake over there.